This is Weekly Sports Talk with Ed, episode 44. And this one I'm going to be covering the standouts at NBA and NHL playoffs, talking about stars playing through injuries, and at the end, give athletes of the week reports. Might do, if it's still time, I'll do some Game 7 previews for the NHL and NBA. And I'm going to get into the standouts at the NHL playoffs so far in a second. Get it up. What's going on?
What's going on, bro?
Can you hear your mic up?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
All right, cool. What's going on, man?
nothing much. We can we can get started with the first thing I want to talk about. Athletes playing through injuries. What's your stance on athletes playing through injuries?
Uh, my stance on athletes playing through injuries. I mean, it's nuanced. I mean, if like I'll use I'll use Steph Curry for an example right now in this postseason. I think he got like some kind of thumb injury. Uh, so he's injured per se. I mean, his thumb is abnormal to what it would usually be, but he's able to play. It's not even he said when he was asked about it, has it been affecting his play at all? And it hasn't. We haven't seen it. We haven't seen it in his play either. I mean, he's had a pretty good series outside of that game 5-1 they set out. Uh, that in that context, I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, if you got the discernment, the like objective discernment to decide if you're able to play and that your game won't be affected by the injury per se, and it won't worsen with you playing, I'm for that. But in the context of, I spoke on it before, once before, like um the the Kobe Bryant ethos, because it's heavily attributed. I mean, really in light of his death for the most part, but it's really harped on with that Mamba mentality that you just play through injuries, like all the it's really at this point mythologized, but the ethos still stands true. Like for the sake of team loyalty per se, or the approval of the fans, or giving the fans what they want. That ethos of being a gladiator per se, like I don't agree with that at all. Um, that has, I mean, I'm sure a lot of players that careers were shortened by injuries back in the day would love to play today with the modern sports science and low management. That, I mean, that's a whole nother topic. But I don't think anybody should risk furthering injury for the sake of a team win, any team win, or any approval from the fans. Like in the context of Kevin Durant, he listened to the fans and he pressured by the organization to come back when we were told it was a calf injury at that time, but oh, there was like could have been like an Achilles strain or whatever. I guess the calf goes into the Achilles, but he came out. I mean, they had a little great run, and it was looking like they were gonna win, just like that. But that little moment uh, costed costed him a couple seasons of his career, and in my opinion, put the nail. Well, the nail was already in the coffin with that public display of disrespect and nobody reprimanding Draymond justly. But if they would have won the championship, something could have still been negotiated. So that was it right there for him. So I don't agree for it in that context either. So
Okay, you bring up some valid points, and there was a few players I wanted to use as an example. As we see Dame, he tore his Achilles coming back. But when he came back in the game too, apparently he only got cleared a week before that to actually walk and run and do stuff like that. So I don't think doing something like that is smart when you coming off of a blood clot. And it was predicted that he was gonna miss the rest of the season, which he probably just should have, because I don't think it was worth it for him to come back. And now he tears his Achilles, and he's already 34, so he probably has a season, maybe two left. But this might be the end for Dame doing something like that.
Yeah, where was the I know Wimby had one too. Where Wimby's was in his shoulder. Where was Dame's?
It,
Where was his blood clot?
I'm not. I think it was in his leg. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to see. I don't. I mean, I don't think a blood clot. I mean, that's like something in your blood veins. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's possible. I mean, I don't know. I don't think. I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know if those two are correlated.
It was in
It
his
was a
right calf.
non-contact.
It was in his right
Huh?
calf. It was in his right calf.
And he tore his left Achilles, right?
Uh,
Right. I don't know. But either way, I'm not sure if that's correlated, but it was a non-injury. I mean, I don't think those two were I don't think a blood clot would be correlated with an Achilles tear. But I'm not a medical expert by no means. Dame's injury was non-contact, so plus as well. So I mean, I, in this case, I don't think he was really playing with an injury. Like a blood clot is not necessarily an injury. It's just something that you can't play. You can't play because of that. It's going to cause injury if you play with that. So not playing is the preventative measure with that. So I don't necessarily consider the blood clot an injury. Wimby could have played. I mean, well, in theory, Wimby could have played, but he would have been at risk
yeah.
of
You,
death
you
potentially. So that's not just. I don't think consider a blood clot an injury
yeah, you
per
might.
se.
It was the left, but I still. But it feel like he just came back too soon. It may have not been correlated, but he did come back kind of fast.
Yeah, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, especially like Wimby was out for the season, but I guess yeah, Wimby was out for the season. Yeah, Wimby went out for the season, so yeah, he wanted to win, but yeah,
Yeah,
fortunate for Dame.
yeah, that sucks. And even to bring it to wrestling, like the Kevin Owens thing, like say what you want about the match Randy Orton ended up getting, that's more on Kevin Owens and him trying to wrestle with a neck injury. You should have got that taken care of, and we probably don't get to this situation because now he's out for 2 to 5 years, and we don't know if he ever gonna come back.
Hey Ed, is your sound is kind of like it's kind of sounding like staticky a little bit. Like I don't like it's like a little delay a little bit. Can you try saying something?
What about now?
This better. Yep. That's perfect. That's perfect. I can hear you clearly. Yep. But yeah, what did you just say though?
Now I was talking about Kevin Owens and how we got the whole Joe Henry Randy Orton situation because he didn't take care of that originally with him having the neck injury and just waiting that out, and now he's out for
It's
two to
doing
five years. And
it's
we don't,
doing it it's doing it again. It's doing it again a little bit. Just just try to just go just do like a 10-second like sound check or something. And just I tell you I just say something. Just keep saying something and I'll tell you how to sound.
all right. Does it sound any better now?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's just try again. I'm trying. It may be on my end. I'll see if it's on my end. If it's good again.
All right, but I was talking about Kevin Owens and how he waited out getting his surgery for the neck injury when he could have just did that earlier, and we don't get the whole Joe Hendry situation probably. Now because he waited that out, he's out for 2 to 5 years now, and we don't know what's gonna happen with that.
What's gonna happen with what again? You kind of.
Kevin Owens and his injury.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I, God willing, his surgery goes well. I mean, he gonna be out for a while, of course. But I mean, I don't think his spot is gonna be taken or anything. Like you said before, I don't think his spot gonna be taken at all. I think he's gonna come back. The story with Randy Orton probably gonna be done, like because who knows where Randy Orton will be at that time. But I don't think he's gonna. I mean, he's gonna come back probably with a different move set, or maybe not even. But yeah, he's gonna be out for a while. But I don't think he's gonna be affected. As long as far as his spot is concerned. Well, maybe, but maybe, but that's going into who's in charge. But I don't think Kevin Owens' spot is going really gonna be affected at all. He's pretty good, so
It just depends on how long he'll be out.
yeah, true. Yeah, he probably will be out for a minute. Yeah, it's a neck injury, so he's probably gonna be out for a minute, probably over 6 months at least.
Yeah, but we can transition into standouts of the NBA playoffs so far, and
For
we
sure. Let's do it.
let's start with
Who do you say?
you said what?
So far, what do you want to start with? I mean, you want to start with eliminated teams who are still playing, teams who are advanced. Like, what do you want to start with?
We can start with the eliminated teams. We'll start in the East. I'll start with the Miami Heat. I mean they didn't get anything out of that series because Bam didn't do anything. Tyler Hero didn't look like an all star. I mean, Davion Mitchell was they stand out for them. He shot he averaged 15 points per game in the series, 6.3 assists. He shot 42% from the free throw line as a guard. I don't even know how that's possible. But he was really the
Oh
only
my God.
source. He was the only source of offense for the Heat, really. So it's him. I picked one player for each team, and it came down to him.
David Mitchell. Yeah, I did see the highlights when he secured that playing spot once he beat the Atlanta Hawks that little run. Plus he was pretty impressive on the Kings as well. But yeah, if he is their main guy, I mean that's an issue. Well, of course the Heat is out now, but yeah, shouts out to him. Yeah, he's definitely made a leap this year for sure. Yeah, David Mitchell, I give him that. Me, I'm going to go with uh eliminated teams. Go with definitely can't go with them. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Franz Wagner. I'm gonna just go with two. It's a combination. It's a tandem. Franz Wagner and Paulo Bencaro, man. They um they of course are eliminated as well, but they had a good effort against the Boston Celtics. It wasn't like the Memphis Grizzlies and I can't pick anybody on that team who was impressive despite being eliminated. It wasn't like that where it was just an embarrassing sweep. It was um it was 5 game competitive. They found a formula in which they tried to stick to they had a plan. They had a plan, unlike Memphis as well, to beat uh Boston, which was muck it up and try to make them miss as many shots as possible. But again, Boston is just too good. But once this is just a one playoff experience against the reigning champions for them. So the East, well, rather first, the Magic got a first look on what it takes to possibly beat them. And all the Magic got to do now is just and the players is just mature and the Magic on their end, they just gotta get more players that suit that go around those two. So I'm gonna go with them, Paolo and Franz Wagner.
I agree with that. Those they're the only two that did anything for the Magic. They can get production out of anybody else, and them not having Jalen Suggs for the season that sucks because I think
Oh, right.
they would have been higher than the 7th seed if Jalen Suggs was healthy. But I wanted
True.
them to get Anthony Simons at the deadline because I feel like he would have been the perfect point guard for them. He don't got to be nothing super spectacular, but he can come in there and be solid alongside Paulo and Franz. But Jamal Mosley a good coach, and this team they got a nice future, so they'll definitely. I think if they healthy next season, they'll definitely be one of the top teams in the East.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Again, the Magic. Yeah. All they gotta do is get players around them. They got their core. Suggs, Franz Wagner, and Paolo. Maybe even now. I don't know how long he'll stay there, but I think he'll be valuable anywhere. Cole Anthony, I like him too. So they got a nice team for the future.
Yeah. For
Uh,
the Pistons, they was eliminated. I give it to Cade. His first playoff performance, and he looked good in it. Obviously, he didn't shoot the best in the last game, but overall in the series, he played really well. He averaged 25 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, almost 9, averages 1.8 steals per game. Like him doing that in your first playoff series when all the attention is on you, he's getting double teams constantly and being able to perform that well and push a good Knicks team to 6 games. So shout out to Cade Cunningham.
yeah, man. I was I don't know why I was conflicted on who to pick from the Pistons. Maybe I was just trying to be different. Uh, yeah, but yeah, I go with Cade as well, man. Can't say it enough, bro. Like maybe it's been said. Well, I guess. Well, yeah, maybe I'm thinking it's being said too much, but it can't be said enough, man. 30 plus game improvement. Uh, 30 plus game improvement from the one of the worst all time worst teams in history. The 30 plus game improvement. One of the best coaches of the year. One of the best coaches in the league. You at the head of it. You got a potential 6 man of the year. You got a nice core, bro. They got a nice team, bro.
Yeah.
Um,
Hey, I like this
I,
comment. Ray said he gave Cade a B for his first playoff run. I like that.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. That was nice, bro. Like honestly, I just said in my last video, they really could have like if you really paid attention to like anything could go either way in the playoffs,
They
but
game 5 when he didn't get the foul call because that was definitely a
yeah,
foul in
bro,
the corner.
they could have won. They could have won, bro. They could have won, or it could have. Yeah, it went 7, right? Yeah, it went 7. So, uh, or did it? Not. It went
Yeah, we
6,
won
but it could have
6.
went 7. It could have went 7, but it was a great series. He performed well, and I can't wait to see him in the postseason further. If they won 40 something games, they in the mid 40s. If they was in the low 40s, it was in like the 42 to 44 range this season, and they go up to like 46, 49, maybe even 50 in two in a span of 3 seasons from the all time worst teams to like north of 50 wins, man,
Yeah,
they're gonna be around for a minute.
and
They're gonna be
maybe
around for a minute. For
maybe this sounds like a conspiracy theory, but I'm convinced that Malik Beasley was an inside job. He was so good in that game 6 just to sell it at the end. I was thinking the same thing for Gary Trent. Like it's no way they just
sure.
fumbled the
That's
ball
funny.
like that. Like they got to be an inside
No,
job.
oh yeah, yeah. You're speaking facts. You're speaking facts. He did disappear. Like all his work was done in the first half, like for sure. But yeah, I mean, Malik Beasley, he's had a great season, but you
Yeah, he
know,
was good.
sometimes your engine, I mean, your gas tank just empty. I guess I don't know how much really. I mean, was Malik Beasley on it? I don't think Malik Beasley was on the Bucks championship team, or if Malik Beasley's ever won the championship. But maybe he was just done. Maybe his effectiveness just ran out.
But speaking of the Bucks series, My standout for the Bucks was Gary Trent. He was really good in that series. With them not having,
Oh, right.
with Dame not being at full strength and Gary Trent being able to hit threes, like he had like a 33-point game in the series. They went five. The Bucks had chances to win. That it was really on them giving up an 8-0 run in overtime. That's how you lose a game. The series could have been longer, but the Pacers still were able to close it out.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. Gary Trent Jr. He had those two games. I think those two last games they were pretty good. He was really the only contributor outside of uh Giannis, of course. Yeah, Bobby Portis had a. I'm surprised Bobby Portis is, excuse me, that inefficient in this series. He had a bad series. I mean, he is a shooter for the most. I get well, he is a shooter for the most part. He is an undersized four to an extent, but he had a bad series. I've never seen uh him play that bad. I mean, I really wasn't watching him when he was on the Bulls, but that was a bad series for him. But yeah,
Yeah, that was
congrats, shouts
surprising.
out. Yeah, shouts out to Gary Trent Jr. Man. Can't even fault him on fumbling that ball back. I mean, it was terrible. It was unfortunate. It happens, but the situation it didn't make it any better. Being the playoffs, and they was trying to get that win to at least extend it a little bit. So nobody want to get swept either. But damn, bro, damn, bro. Like the
And Giannis,
Bucks, that the way that sweep happened, like I would rather get swept. I'm not, and me personally, I would rather get swept. Like Giannis got swept than the Grizzlies got swept, no question. So, but yeah, I would go with
this,
Gary Trent 3 as well though.
but this series, it told me all I need to know about Giannis. Like him being with Milwaukee, he got to leave at some point. He done already got them a championship, and I feel like him being there, it's just and their future. They don't have no future. They have multiple contracts up at the end of the year. Dame is 34. I think their youngest player is KPJ, and he a free agent. So I don't see a future with this team. I mean, he might stay, but I can see Giannis leaving, and I feel like him being with the Bucks, he kind of then became underrated over the last 2 years because everybody else getting the attention, but he's still averaging 30 and playing great defense. It just don't get talked about now.
True. I I I've been thinking about that, man, and I definitely agree to an extent. I mean, if he was to, I definitely wouldn't be mad if he. I mean, if he left, he's extended a couple of times. He's brought them a championship, first one in 50 years. Uh, MVP. I think that in between that time they've changed arenas or at least renovated arenas. He's brought them money. The Bucks, like they really didn't came up with Giannis. So I wouldn't be upset if he left. But uh, my question would be, um, what team would he go to, and what role would they have for him? I don't want to see Giannis in no tandem. I want to see it be Giannis team and it be built around him. If so, I don't want to see him going to no. I don't see Giannis go to Miami right now. Well, it would be Giannis' team, I guess, if he was to go to Miami. But well, yeah, in that case it would be. But I don't want to see Giannis going to the Warriors, the team with Steph Curry. I don't want to see Giannis go to Philly to make up for Joel Embiid's dying career. Try to help him extend his dying career or whatever. I don't want to see that. I don't want to
Ray,
see.
hold up. Ray said that there's only three teams that could afford Giannis: the Spurs, OKC, and the Rockets. Hey, Giannis and Wemby,
Oh,
I'm not mad at.
nah, no, that's not. No, I don't want to see that either. I don't want to see that either. That's Wimby's team. That's Wimby's team. Like Spurs. I mean, not. I mean, OKC. That's Shay's team. That's Shay's. I mean,
Actually,
in
the
theory,
Rockets,
well, no, that's not Shay's team. That's not
actually the
Shay's
Rockets
team.
not
That's really.
bad because I was gonna talk about the Rockets later, but after this Jalen Green playoff run, he gone. They trading him for
He
something this
going. Oh
offseason.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh wow.
Because I think
Yeah,
we
that's
talked
fact.
about it. I think it was me, you, and Dave. We talked about it, and I was like, the Rockets not making a move is one of the best decisions they can make because they gonna see who's the one A between
See who
Shingo and
going
JC,
right, right.
and
I
they see
did
that it's
see
been going
now,
now.
Ray. I mean, Giannis and Wemby. Giannis and Wemby. I mean, I don't think the league. I don't think the league. I mean, all. I mean, the league. We. Well, you make a good point with that. I mean, the league is we see in the playoffs ultimately bigs are still the regular game is still going to be the regular game. Like the small ball analytics, it can. I mean, we see people have won championships with it, but now we getting back to regular ball with the bigs and stuff. I mean, if the Spurs would be definitely if they were able to pull that off, they would be very forward thinking. They trying to take it back with the Twin Towers. I just don't see that happening. As far
But
as the as far as as far as like in like their I know what you say what they can afford, but team logic, I only yeah logically it can make sense for either the Rockets or okay Thunder. I mean yeah OKC Thunder. For the Thunder, they have trade assets to get him, but they would have to also give up a lot. Plus, with K, it wouldn't even be the same team. It would be him and Shea. So I think they just need to leave that alone for a minute and really decide what they want to do. Do they really want to? I really think OKC gonna decide what they want to do based like give it this year. This year, if they make the finals and lose, but maybe next year they're gonna really decide what they want to do when it's time to pay all these dudes. They're gonna decide what they want to do because they can pick up a free agent literally any year with the trade assets they got. They're gonna see they gonna see how their playoff go run. They're gonna see how their whole seasons go. Then they're gonna see. Unlike the Rockets, I mean the Rockets got now, but they got the team now and the assets. OKC is going once their season is over, they're gonna look to see who to give up, or if they want to give up. Then, if that's the case, they're gonna see who to get through from other teams via trades, or and even free agency. Maybe Giannis, who knows? But for the Rockets, yeah, it's just Jalen Green gone for sure. Jalen Green is gone for sure, and I don't know where they're going. I mean, it really depends on how they season end as well. But I think those are the two more likely is the Thunder and the Rockets.
I feel the Heat would be a good choice, but I don't think the Bucks will send them there because I think
Oh nah. The Heat. I don't even think Giannis want to go to the Heat though. I think that's I think that's overblown too. Like Giannis trying to go to something that's his, bro. That's the Heat will never be no superstars organization.
yeah, that's fair.
You gotta think about that too. Gotta think about that too.
Yeah.
Gotta think about that too. Yep.
Let's get into. Oh, I did find somebody for the Grizzlies. It was Scottie Pippen Jr. Another player that
Oh,
another player the
right.
Lakers
Good
got rid
point.
of that just had a spark. He averaged 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. When they can't get offense
Wow.
out of overrated Jaren Jackson and Dinosaur Arms, Jason Bain, Scottie Pippen Jr. was their only offense. Jaren
Yeah,
Jackson made me so mad watching him play because can
dude.
he do anything other than shoot threes? Like he really
Yeah.
doesn't play back to the basket, and when he does play, he's actually really good at it. So I don't know why he doesn't do it more. Like he's actually effective when he does it, but he didn't do much of that in the series. And their offense came down to Scottie Pippen Jr. and what he was able to do. And the last two games were close. I mean, a player getting injured is not an excuse for blowing a 29-point lead. That's impressive in my opinion, coming back down from 29 in a playoff game. Because
Yeah, that's
that's just something you
that.
see every day.
Nah, definitely not. Yeah. I'm glad you pointed it out. Yeah, I think there's always a standout in any playoff round for sure. Unless everybody gets bad. Yeah, Scottie Pippen Jr. definitely balled out. Him getting fouled out in that game 6 was crazy. That was wild. He was balling too. they they went to the very end. Then SGA hit that midi game winner, bro. That was crazy. Scotty hooped. I don't think Scott I mean, as long as John Morant's still there, Scottie Pippen gone. He gonna go to a contender. He gonna go to a contender. He gonna be a backup on a real contender, not a pretender. Uh, they gonna try to, if they smart, they gonna try to sign him to a nice contract. But I don't think they gonna. I think he gonna want more money, and he gonna go to a real contender, or he might even be
You think
bold
you
enough to
think it's
say, "I
realistic?
say it again."
You think it's realistic for the Magic to get him in the off season?
I mean, not as a starting point, a starting point guard. Nah, starting point guard right now. Now it'll be risky. Now I was just gonna say that it'll be risky as hell for him and the organization to sign him as either a tandem in a guard duo or just him as the main guy on the team. That would, but you gotta let people sink or swim, bro. Like that's how they get better. So I ain't necessarily suggesting keeping somebody in a role, but it'll be up to an organization and what he would want to do though.
Because I'm trying to think of where he could realistically go. Because I don't see him staying with the Grizzlies. I
I was
don't.
just thinking. I mean, you brought up Anthony Simons. He can go to the Trailblazers to get a check. Yeah, I was
They
just
got
thinking about that.
they got too many guards, and they don't even want to give any of them up. So I don't know what Portland plan is, and they was close to making the play in. So I guess they're gonna try to push for the play in
I'm
next
so
year.
man. I am so, bro. Oh, I'm so glad we're talking about this now. Like, wow, the whole sequence of this. So I want to say this first about the Trailblazers. Then I'm gonna transition into something so smoothly. Uh, one of my favorite teams. Well, two of my favorite teams is Clippers and the Suns. I've been a fan of the Clippers since the Live City days. I've been a fan of the Suns since Steve Nash, and then I was even a resurged fan once Devin Booker got drafted in 2015. But I am so distraught that we really let go of DeAndre Ayton. We sent him to no man's land. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know his what his season looked like, his stats look like. But he could. Hell no! Don't put him on the Lakers. Don't put him on the Lakers. Don't put DeAndre Ayton on the Lakers. He could help a lot of teams right now. But he could help the Suns still. But I think personality wise, plus the management caused that to not happen. Him being gone, but I'm hearing things, man. I'm hearing things. It's theories around that Brian after this Lakers loss, obviously they setting up for their future. But I don't think Brian retiring the Laker, bro. I think he got one more move left in him, bro. And from it's either two options possibly. It could either be this may be a little far fetched in my opinion. This one a little far fetched. The move to the Dallas Mavericks with his former teammates, uh, Kyrie and AD. Plus, he's always wanted. Klay Thompson was always on his list as that 3-and-D shooter that he wanted on his team. So he could possibly make a little run of the AARP guys. That'll be Team AARP. Kyrie, LeBron, AD, and Klay. That's a possibility. But the more realistic uh move acquisition for him would probably be that I've heard would be the Phoenix Suns. I mean, Bryce is going to school there. It's not too far from California. He wouldn't have to move homes. He could just rent out a space or something. I believe Arizona definitely closer to Texas. I mean, California than Texas is. Uh, he got the friend of James Jones in the organization. Uh, they in turmoil right now. They don't got no. They have no. They the complete opposite of OKC. They ain't got no assets. They traded Cam Johnson and Bridges. The whole KD trade fucked that up. Then they with the whole no trade clause, Brian at least now as a Suns fan, if that happened, I'm completely done with them. But I'm just talking and Brian in the league mind. Uh the Suns have no power right now, but the entity of Bron, the league is going to help them out and give them some juice. They did the same thing with the Lakers with the Tim. How you think they got AD? They literally gutted the Timberwolves. I mean the Pelicans and all their picks to get AD. That's why the league granted the Pelicans and Dan Gilbert the number one pick that year. They had to give the Pelicans the number one pick and Zion Williamson for forcing forcing AD out of his contract to get him to LA. So I don't think that's possible. But then we also have to consider that Devin Booker hates LeBron. And this is his organization. So I definitely don't think that's happening unless Devin Booker's leaving, and I don't see that happening. I don't want to see Devin Booker become a compliment to anybody because he's literally only getting year by year he's getting better. But the trajectory of the team since you're making the finals is going down. So if I can see them being two possibilities, but if it's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess getting him to Phoenix. But Dallas, I don't really know about that. What you think?
I'd rather see him go to Dallas, but before I get to that, the DeAndre
Yeah,
Ayton thing, I checked out
yeah,
I was I was heavy watching the Trailblazers this year. I enjoyed their games, and DeAndre Ayton, he looked like he was really efficient. He looked a lot better. It looked like his energy was there watching him on the court. Like he was just having fun out there on the court. So I like to see that. So he could definitely be. And they got what's his name, Donovan Clingan. And they got Robert Williams. So Aiden is probably
yeah,
gone. But
yeah,
teams like the Warriors, like the Lakers, who need bigs, like he could really help them with that. He could help them with their big man problem. Then as far as the LeBron thing go,
The what?
I said I said at the deadline, we should have just traded LeBron. Because you're not gonna win a championship while also trying to build the future. We've seen it work once with the Warriors, but they realized quickly that's not sustainable. So they can't consistently do that. So it's like if we were gonna go all in with Luca, you could have got rid of LeBron too. Now I don't know what you would have had to. I don't know to where, but I'm ready to see him leave now. We just gonna build around Luca because this team is not winning the championship, especially when our tallest player on the court is Jared Vanderbilt at 6'9".
Yeah. Wait, no, it ain't Jackson Hayes. Ain't Jackson Hayes the tallest player?
We took him out the rotation.
Right, yeah, he out the rotation, right? So right here he's playing. So right here he's playing. But right. You're right. I mean, they getting right. LeBron on the non-trade. LeBron got the second. We forgot he got the second no trade clause. The second of only two no trade clauses. That's how bad them contracts are in the league. And he getting paid 100 mil. He getting paid 50 mil next year. So LeBron got them by the balls unless he decide it's time to move to the next storyline in his career.
But
And
and
he
think
got
about the
Luka.
gap between
He got the Lakers and Luka by the balls.
But think about
Uh,
the gap in Bradley Beal and LeBron. Those are the only two players with a no trade clause. And think about that skill gap. That's
yeah,
insane.
that's insane. Uh, that's why. Don't worry. Now in the offseason, we're gonna build a better team. Guys, always get a better team. How to build around them. Uh, Austin Reeves. That's the only thing they have, man. This unless LeBron, there's no Lakers future until LeBron leaves. There is no Lakers future until LeBron leaves. They're in a point of stagnancy until LeBron leaves. As far as bigs, I don't want to see DeAndre Ayton go to no Lakers until I don't want to see nobody, no real. I don't want to see nobody of real value go to the Lakers until LeBron leaves because he's just gonna make them look worse. Everybody at this point, and they ain't no real. They pretenders at this point. They gonna get a couple games helped from the referees. They're gonna will a couple of games, of course. LeBron, we already know how good he is, but they I don't want to see DeAndre Ayton or Robert Williams go to their team. Robert Williams, he could have stayed on the Celtics, but Robert Williams clinging, uh, DeAndre Ayton, Denny Avdia, what's the dude name from the Jazz? The dude, white dude, block
Uh,
shots.
what?
Uh,
I know his name.
that
What?
dude,
I know who you're
that
talking
dude,
about. I like
all
him.
them dudes,
Walker Kessler.
all them dudes, Walker Kessler, the Thompson twins, they already on their teams, I think. But all
Yeah,
them dudes, them the futures, them the dudes that teams should be looking for to put their teams over the top.
yeah. He said we. I'm not
Don't
gonna
and
lie. We
what's the name of maybe even don't connect. He may be out of there. He probably put him in that pot as well. But Austin Reeves, he a pretender, bro. His
I'm not gonna
game
lie.
is
The way
he's a
we did,
pretender.
Don Connect lost all his confidence after what we did to him. Because why would he want to be back with us now? I'm not mad at Don Connect for feeling how he does.
Yeah. On the
Like,
Lakers, he's done, but he
like
could be
we,
saved on another team. He's still early in his career enough to be saved on
like
another
we
team.
need, we needed him in this series, but we couldn't use him because it just wouldn't work. We got to get rid of him now because you tried to trade him, then he just gets brought back. Like I wouldn't want to be in that environment either. So
And I'm gonna tell you this too. I'm gonna tell you this. Two things for you and your Laker fans, your fellow Laker fans. Until LeBron James is gone and you guys get a new coach, y'all not going anywhere because JJ Redick is too emotional, bro, and he's enabling bad habits. He's an enabler of the bad habits on the Lakers. Like he lost Jackson Hayes. He's lost Jackson Hayes. He's lost Connect. Uh, he's probably lost other people. He only ran how you would know better than me how many people he ran in that Timberwolves series.
his
Like
we it was a LeBron who was 40, Luca who had the flu apparently, Reeves and Rui. They all played over 36 minutes per game. The next highest
right,
minutes per game on that team was Jared
like
Vanderbilt at 19.
this is not the regular season. This
We
is
cannot
not the
run.
regular.
I would.
This is too experimentative
Those are
to be
four.
played.
Those are four of our five rotational players we ran because Vanderbilt was the only one that was really playing aside from like Gabe Vincent, who I'm not gonna get into that. But
Hayes
we
was
have four
always
guys.
terrible. Luka Hayes was not terrible. Hayes was serviceable on the Hayes was serv. This is no.
Yeah, but we can't.
Hayes was serviceable on the Pelicans. Anytime this is y'all issue with Laker, the organization. I'm not even gonna blame the fans. Well, a lot of fans because y'all feed into the Kool Aid, but the organization, y'all every time y'all bring somebody in, y'all have the expectations and y'all promote them like this the guy to take us over the top. Why it's just a piece, and then why he played like to what he is and not what y'all expect him to be. Y'all going crazy. I'm not caping for Jackson Hayes.
Now I will
Y'all did
say
the
Jackson
same
Hayes
thing.
was he
Remember,
was
remember
solid in New
Kareem
Orleans.
Abdul Drummond. Remember Kareem Abdul Drummond when y'all signed Andre Drummond and he
Yeah.
did absolutely nothing. Remember when y'all signed Montrezl Harrell when he was done? When we discarded him from the Clippers and he did nothing? Like, come
I
on,
will say
man.
though, Jackson Hayes was solid with the Pelicans. I don't know what happened in LA, but he was solid with the Pelicans.
You
But
know what happened? He got worse playing with people that made him worse. Like, that's what happened. Just like Andre Drummond, Montrezl Harrell, Kyle Kuzma, all those guys. JJ Redick
now
for
Kyle Kuzma was solid for us. He was solid in that championship run.
Yeah, he was solid. He was solid. He was solid. But
But but if we playing four guys 36 minutes a game, we're not winning that series. And
no,
and what I wanted Mark Jackson as your coach.
Mark, nah, he's done. He's done, bro. We gotta stop
I'd,
breaking him up. I
I'd
mean,
rather have him than JJ
now we
Redick.
can we can debate the reason. We can debate the reason, but Mark Jackson, he ain't get it. He ain't getting it. But
But
I'll say
we
this about I will say this about JJ. I give him credit about for the regular season record and getting them to a playoffs for this first time as a head coach professionally. I give him credit for that, but I'm going to more so credit that to I gotta give that to the players, bro. Not only, but especially because the fact that they had AD at half of the season, then y'all had Luca in the second half, like, and you still have LeBron. Like, I mean, LeBron gonna get numbers, and again, he's gonna get help from the league. So I can't really credit him on that. And then to credit Darvin Ham, he wasn't liked by the media. The Lakers didn't want him. They wanted Jason Kidd, and they didn't want him. And the fact that he, despite all that, despite LeBron being against him too, and his media, I mean, he still got them to the Western Conference Finals. So, I mean, I give him credit, but only so much.
win. Well, let's
Only
get
so
back to
much.
talking about the stand outside of playoffs because we went on a bit of a rant there. But for the Lakers,
Yeah, we did. We did.
it was just Luca. I can't say anything positive about this series. I mean,
Yeah, I
I
gotta
will. I'm not even mad
Luca.
at Anthony Edwards. If the Warriors win, and Anthony Edwards can eliminate Kevin Durant, Jokic, LeBron, and Steph in back-to-back years, that's impressive. I'm not even mad at the Timberwolves winning because Anthony Edwards is great. Like imagine that playoff resume if that happens.
I agree, bro. Like, and he got a hell of a playoff resume so far, bro. Like facts, bro. Like that team, bro. What a team, bro. Like ultimately, both of those that Knicks Timberwolves, it worked in both of their favor. They both going
Yeah,
to the second round. They both going to the second round, but it was now. I don't even think. Well, I think the Timberwolves was secondarily thinking about the fit, but I really think they was looking towards that second April more so to get as far as to get rid of Karl Anthony Towns. But it worked, bro. It worked. Julius Randle, volatile. Julius Randle, as volatile as he is, he fits with this team, bro. Like,
I ain't never
and
seen Julius Randle play defense like that before. Like a change of scenery like that really helped him.
facts. He still facts. This low key extended his career, bro. Facts, because he was kind of falling off on he while he rose, his fall was coming quick on the Knicks. But and if you've seen, not to go back to the series really, in the regular season, LeBron is playing terrible against Julius Randle this year. He being locked up against Julius Randle all year. So uh like individual stats against individual players. Yeah, LeBron's played pretty bad against Julius Randle all year. Yeah, this is Randle's best series of his career for sure. Maybe, maybe. Gotta go back to those Knicks a couple years ago. But yeah, he balled.
Yeah. And now we can talk about the teams that did win. We can start with the Timberwolves. I say they stand out with Jay McDaniels. We couldn't do anything with him. He was hitting threes. He shot 37% from three, averaged 17 points, averaged 9 rebounds. Like McDaniels had a really good series. The Wolves team played. They just played great in general. Like they just clearly outmatched the Lakers in that series.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Rudy, man. I'm gonna go to Rudy Gobert, man. Not even for the closeout game, man. Not even for the closeout game. I hate how people hate on Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert. I'm not at this point. I'm gonna say this. This is not a hot take. Rudy Gobert is right behind Jokic, center in the league. He's right behind Jokic. He has that impact. He eliminated Jokic last year, defensive player of the year, and they kept Rudy and got rid of Cat. They could have easily dumped his contract because Rudy got a big contract too. Rudy has been Rudy has been a asset to every team he's been on since his career from the Utah Jazz. We gotta remember Utah won a decent amount of games and faced them KD Warriors. So, and they won. I think they was at the top of the conference one of those years in the 2010s. So, who's better than Rudy Gobert? Alfred Sengun is not better than Rudy Gobert. Uh, Zubac maybe.
I think Sengun getting up there though. I wouldn't say better yet, but he getting up there.
Yeah, I
Now,
would
but
have said a couple years ago. A couple years ago, you could have said DeAndre Ayton was better, but nah, not no more. Nah. He's right behind. He's right. No. He hasn't had one great game. Anything. He's had tons of great games, but I'm going with
but
Rudy as far as Timberwolves.
I
Sorry.
do like I like Rudy Gobert. The hate is really unnecessary. Like that
Yeah.
whole him touching the microphone thing. Was it dumb? Yes. But was the league getting shut down anyways? Also, yes. The league the league was getting shut down regardless. So and that whole situation is old. But what he does on defense, you know, not everybody else is doing what he can do on defense, closing out possessions. He had 27 points and 24 rebounds in game
Game
five
five.
to close it out. And this was on the verge of one of his worst offensive playoff series. And what he do in game five, it came through and shut all that up.
Yeah. Yeah. Now as far as OKC,
Now
OK.
the reason I say Sengun not better than Rudy is because he got to show him consistency. He got to do it consistently for a couple of years before I put him over Rudy.
Right. You gotta have a catalog, bro. Like we
Like
gotta start.
I usually take like the most recent 3 years of what a player had done when comparing players.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, we can only we need a larger sample size from saying
Yeah,
that's all.
like he can pass him. I just don't think he's there yet.
Yeah. Um, want to go to OKC now as
Yeah, we
far as
can.
team to advance?
Yeah.
I am going to I'm gonna say something. Yeah. It wasn't even a particular player. It wasn't because that was probably one of the greatest sweeps of all time. I'm gonna just say that that this is something what this I'm gonna describe it first. This is something that I've seen before in the playoffs where high seeded teams with a lot of wins in the regular season, they usually just like press in the first round, or they superstar like really just press just to see what they can do, or they excited, they really ready to go. It's just like for example, one of the more fun first round series, the 2019 first round series between the Golden State Warriors and the LA Clippers. They they when they blew their all time game and the Clippers won that game one I think, but SGA was doing that a little bit, but they still this how good they are. He was pressing that game. He had a good series ultimately, but he was pressing. Um, the fact that the teammates still won like 20 something point game, a 50-point win, records being set in the series. Like I got to give credit to the entire team.
That's fair. But for OKC, the conversation all season, it was number one, it was the youth, and number two, it was the second option. Is it really J Dub? Is it Chet? And who's gonna step up when it comes down to it? And there was a lot of talk about J Dub and can he really be the second option? Well, he was in that series, and that's my standout. But there was a lot of talk around his name. People didn't think he should be an All Star. Well, he proved it in this series. He averaged 23 points per game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, shot 54% from the field, and he was really good. Played great defense in the series, and like I think he can repeat this in the second round. I think he will. Like Jada was just really good, and he shut up a lot of that noise that was around his name throughout the season.
That's valid. That's valid. Yeah, that's indeed valid. And I ultimately think that when it comes down to it, who they're gonna pick, I think they're gonna pick them because they're definitely a bit more versatile as far as team use. And Chet, while he is good, I think he may have a little shorter shelf life than Jalen J Dub. So that's valid. I would that's valid for sure.
What? Oh, well,
Well,
we got two seven
Celtics are
game
next.
series. We ain't talked about the Warriors and Rockets yet, but
Yeah, we still got two teams that advanced though. We got the Celtics
we got
the
yeah, the
Celtics and
Celtics.
Knicks. You want to go
For
Celtics or Knicks?
you said what?
You want to go Celtics or Knicks first?
We can go Celtics.
Okay. Celtics, the best player. I gotta go with Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum. Yes, Jason Tatum, man. Prove well. Like now, this shows how good the Boston Celtics are, man. Like, of course, another season, no MVP for Jason Tatum, even if consistently again they win over 60 games. Um, they just prove why they got a chance of repeating being one of the first. They got a real chance of being the first team this decade to win a repeat championship, and that in and of itself is an accomplishment so far because we didn't see a couple champions, so we halfway into the decade and it hasn't happened yet. So uh Jason Tatum balled. He was out a game, but the again the Magic was able to get out a game when they could have closed it out. Um, what after having a good game, Kristaps Porzingis played trash in Game 4, I believe. He had a bad game. Uh, all the games, Jason Tatum, he just does what he did, does what he does. 25 plus points, um, double double machine, quiet as kept in rebounds. Great on both ends. So yeah, the Celtics. I'm gonna go with and yeah, Peyton Pritchard. One of those games, I believe he had a donut. I believe he had a donut, but he damn near had something close. He did. He really wasn't as active as he for a 6 man of the year. I mean, I guess this just goes to show how good the Celtics is too. Peyton Pritchard was not that active in this series, so I'm gonna go with Jason Tatum for the Celtics.
Yes, I knew you was gonna do that, so I went with somebody else for this one. I went with Al Horford. Like this, he's never like
That's
he's
valid.
truly beating Father Time. Like even though like his average is 7 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 1.8 blocks, shooting 41% from the three, almost 42%. Like he with not having Drew Holiday for games 3 through 5, like his defense really picked up, and the defense was good throughout the series. But not having Drew, he knew that he needed to step up even more, and he was getting those blocks down the stretch. He was hitting the big threes down the stretch, and just him having that veteran experience and being there and doing this so many times, just him providing that spark whenever they needed to help Boston win this series in 5 when the Magic had a chance to make it to extend it to 6 games. So I went with Al Horford.
That's absolutely valid, man. And we gotta give credit, man. We gonna go. I'm not trying to digress too far. But we gotta do a video on the unsung heroes for longevity in the league. Al Horford is one of them. Still balling, man. Still got a chance to win another championship. So that's valid for sure. Shouts out to Al Horford and the Celtics, man. It's gonna be a great series. Game round two for them.
Yeah, let's. We can go to the Knicks. For the Knicks, even Brunson, he was amazing. But I went with OG Ananobi for this one, averaging 17 points per game. Shooting shot 90% from the free throw line. Was able to cash in on the free throws. Played good defense. They really and the way like this Knicks team, they have a good team. And OG, he was great throughout the series. He played really well. Like I wasn't I think he was the third leading scorer on the team, but he had some good games and was able to help this team win this series in five. Or did it go not six? Six.
I agree. I'm gonna go with yeah. I definitely agree. Of course, we already know the expectations of Jalen Brunson, so yeah, I'm gonna go with OG Ananobi as well. Um, while he was the third leading scorer, I'm still gonna say he was the second best player due to his consistency. Because again, the Pistons, if some plays went the other way, this could either be still an active series or the Pistons could be advancing because Carl Anthony Towns, he kind of was melting down at times, and Jalen Brunson had to save them in a game, and Jalen Brunson didn't show up in one of those games. He was 4 of 16 in one of those. So yeah, most consistent player. Most consistent was OG Ananobi. I'm gonna go with him too. That can't. They eked it out. I mean, they eked it out. This is why I'm scared for the Knicks. I'm glad. I'm glad they made it to the second round. Happy for them because ultimately it proved that the trade was successful and they can really they can still go further with this. It's just not a dead cause with a first round exit, but you eked it out in six. I mean, I'm a credit to the Pistons though, because the Pistons made an all-time improvement. They made an all-time improvement though. What do you think? Do you think they should be the we should give more credit to the Pistons for their improvements, or should we really look at because this is also the Knicks' first year with Cat? So, what do you think about that?
I think uh 60-40. I would give more to the Pistons and how because they've never like their top like Cade, he's never been here before, and this team going from winning 14 games to winning 44, and them playing this well in this series, and then they did get can't say they got screwed out of that game five, which they probably should have won. But then again, to the Knicks' credit, if it's their first season with Cat, you have to get adjusted to that. And then Jalen Brunson did come through in the clutch when they needed baskets, and he was playing on a hurt ankle. So I think it's kind of a credit to both, but I don't think I don't think they got a chance against the Celtics.
You said you got the Celtics in six.
Now, I don't think maybe, but I could see the Celtics winning in five. It depends on Drew Holiday.
Yeah,
So if Drew Holiday's not there, I got the Celtics in six.
true. Hey, check your sound again. It's starting to do that again. I heard what you said, but it's starting to do that again. Yeah, Ray, you got a point. The Knicks were built to beat the Celtics, and they ain't beat them once. They had better efforts as the season progressed, but they haven't beat them once. So that the real series for the East is that conference finals, man. We gonna see if we that's gonna be wild. Um, that's gonna be a wild one. Do you think the conference finals is a given? It and this little answer can we can see if it
Yeah, I think we didn't even talk about the Cavs and Pacers. I don't think we talked about them, but I don't see a world where the
yeah,
Pacers
it's still
are
doing it a bit.
still doing it.
Yeah, it's still doing it a little bit. You wanna try now?
What about now?
Yeah, just ask me again. It was cool, but just ask me again.
It's good now.
Yeah, you good. Yeah, you good.
But yeah, I think
But yeah,
the Cavs and
we got the
Celtics.
team. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't see the Pacers winning that series. Like if you paid attention to how they ended the regular season, the Pacers starters struggled with the Cavaliers bench. It was Ty Jerome and Jared Allen out there, and they struggled beating that team. And I know it's the regular season, but those games are important. Those are the games they had to win to get to that fourth seed. So if they're struggling with them. How can I trust them in a series against a fully healthy Cavs team when nobody's resting, everybo's there and playing?
That's a good point. I uh I
Wait,
agree, and I agree with it.
wait, is Darius
Um,
Garland still out? I just thought about that because I know he didn't play the last game. I think the last
they
two
can
games.
hell. He might be back. If he was, he might be back by the time they play. So, uh, but I agree with what you said. I also, to add to it, I do see it being. It can go either way. I think it go. I definitely. I could see it go either way. Either going seven for the Cavs or a sweep for the Cavs. Ultimately, while I do think the Pacers are deep, they may be just as even deep as the Cavs. I don't think their defense is as good. I think they are more offensive oriented. I don't think they're gonna out. I just don't think they're gonna outscore and stop the Cavs four times. So it's just how many times the Cavs can do that more faster. So
Yeah,
I think the
that's
Cavs
real.
gonna win too.
That's when I look at my standouts. That's what it's based off of. Like looking at Cleveland's defense, my standout for them was Jared Allen. Like the Cavs really didn't have to try in this series, but Jared Allen, he was averaging 2.5 steals per game, 10 rebounds, 14 points, shooting nearly 78% from the field. So like, he was dominating. He had a game with 5 or 6 steals, if I'm not mistaken, and he's doing this as a 7 footer. How many 7 footers do you see getting 2 or 3 steals in playoff games?
Yeah, yeah. Jared Allen definitely the key. He's definitely the key in that series. And outside of well, yeah, for real. Honestly, this gonna become an issue too. In their future, in a soon future, the Pacers only got one center in Miles Turner, bro. Honestly, and Pascal Siakam is gonna have to hoop in this series. He's gonna have to ball out to win. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I think for the Pacers, my standout was Andrew Nimhard. He shot he shot
nice.
49% from the field, 50% from three, and made all his free throws. So if he's just efficient, then they might have a chance. But it's like you can't rely. Like Nimhard played better than Halliburton in the first round, but you can't rely on that. And Halliburton's supposed to be one of your top two players along with him and Siakam. But if he's getting outperformed by Nimhard, they're gonna struggle in this series against the Cavs.
Agreed. I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. Nimhard is nice, bro. They gotta again. They very offensively deep. The Pacers. Uh, Nimhard is good. He can shoot. Now if again if they are to if the Pacers are to make this a deep series, a long series, we're gonna have to see a great average by him. Has to be between like he's gonna have to look like a Norman Powell. Like he's gonna have to have a Norman Powell type of most improved player esque post season. So that's the only way we're gonna see a deep a deep series for them too because I don't see them stopping the Cavs that much to do that. So on the
Yeah,
defensive end.
Donovan Mitchell might average 30 in this series.
Right. Yeah, it depends on how aggressive he is though. Yeah, I can see that. I can see it though. I can see it. It's definitely possible for sure though. Yeah, it's possible. But the Cavs a good team, man. 60 wins, bro. Like this is crazy, man. Like what a season. I mean, Shea averaged 30 with 60 wins, but I don't know, bro. Shea averaged 30 with 60 wins. That's crazy. That's really crazy. I just like that's a really big accomplishment. But on the other end, this not a con on Spiders end at all this season, but um I just think is SGA that better of a defender than well probably now then SGA is better. He's quite better now than Donovan Mitchell. Not those first couple years, but yeah. Well, he could average 30. He's definitely more offensively minded than he is defensive these days. So yeah, I can see him averaging 30.
Yeah. And we can move it back to the West and get into these Western Conference series.
Yes, the still active series. Very few.
The, the Steve Kerr. I don't know what the game plan was in
Let's
game
get into
five.
it. Let's get into it.
I don't know what he was thinking in game five because it was a 13-point game with about 6 or 7 minutes left. And Steph, Draymond, and Jimmy were still on the bench. And he could have brought all three of them back in with Moody, who had 25 in that game, and whoever else. And you could have ran that five and maybe came back and closed the series out. And then you get
Right.
embarrassed in game six because Steven Adams, he's just a man now. Steven Adams was great too. But this series is going six. No, it's going seven now because the Warriors have dropped back-to-back games, and now it's going seven back to Houston. What was Steve Kerr
Wow.
thinking?
Yeah. I was asking them myself, like, I saw that. I'm like, is the game over? Like, this is a playoff game. I saw it happen. I'm just confused. And I was just like, man, like, they just gave the game up, man. I think, like, the Warriors acting different. Like, I ain't never seen the Warriors this presumptuous. Like, we just gonna win. Not even when they had KD. Like, they got cocky back in the day, but they weren't that cocky to like. I mean, yeah, up 3-1, but at that time they were getting beat, and the bench. I guess they were. Well,
It was
I
it
mean,
was
nah,
really
they
just
definitely weren't. They definitely weren't hoping the bench brought it back because they
Moses
didn't
Moody was
really
the only
start
one.
it back.
Moses Moody was the only one off the bench that made an impact. I can't recall
Right.
anybody else
So
doing anything that
no,
game.
they wanted to lose. Yeah, in my opinion, this was uh a agreed upon effort between the organization and the league to extend this series for whatever reason. Uh, Curry again, we said that he hurt, but he's not hurt to the point that's gonna worsen and affect his future play if he wasn't to get it healed now. And I'm not putting nothing past Draymond Green or Jimmy Butler, so I don't understand why they were just sitting. I just don't understand that. It don't make sense to me in no basketball way, in no basketball way. Even LeBron, I said, even LeBron does it. LeBron does not quit. He's not going to quit like that. LeBron does not. LeBron not finna stop playing. He might he might walk out when it's 5 minutes or so, 5 to 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter when the game is decided, or he may even gesticulate or have some body language denoting that he's quitting in the game, but he's not just gonna sit out the game. Like that's what they literally did. So if they lose, this is a career strike on Steve Kerr and Steph Curry. Like, and he goes back. Steph Curry, he goes back. Bron is unquestionably better than you. Like, in my opinion, this is big to me. LeBron hasn't even done that. Curry got a chance, but it ain't even an argument. Well, you can say a lot of people say Steph Curry better than LeBron now, and he has a case. But if he lose this series because of that, no, no, he don't got a case. You gotta win that fifth championship to eclipse LeBron.
I said this in the video I made last night. I've always felt like Game Five, unless you're down 3-0, Game Five is the most important game of the series because that can shift momentum, or you can just close out the series. And you aren't able to close it out, and that shifts momentum to the other team. Like the Rockets had momentum going into that game, so they came out hot, and like they kept it close in that first half. Then they pulled away in the fourth quarter. The Warriors shot 1 of 16 at one point in the fourth quarter, and they tied the series now, and it's heading back to Houston. Now you really can't lose that game five, and that's what they did. And it seems like they lost it on purpose for whatever reason. And this is the playoffs we're talking about, where every game matters, every win counts, every minute of the game counts. And now it's going seven back to Houston.
Yeah, that it doesn't. It has to be a league. It has to. That has to be a league decision. It doesn't make any sense outside of that. And like I said before, um, the Warriors are the Warriors haven't been this media darling their entire run. The Warriors were for the most part only loved by their fans, especially when they had KD. So I'm it had to. That's what even gives me more credence to my theory that this was a league decision.
Yeah, but as far as standouts go for the Rockets,
Standout.
I,
Van
I
Vliet.
yeah, I was on Fred VanVleet. Three straight games of 25 plus points to help them get to this point, and he has that championship DNA, that experience.
Hell
So,
yeah. Against this team. Against this
yep,
team. He was the one that was taking on the Splash Bros with Kyle Lowry. So he knows. If anybody knows, he knows how to beat them. So you gotta be scrappy. You gotta be scrappy, and you gotta be a shot maker. So
yeah.
and he
For
can't
the
play no more.
yeah, for the Warriors, I just went with Moses Moody. He's averaging 11 off the bench. Like Steph, he doing his thing, of course, but Jimmy is that's what I'm surprised with. Like I thought he'd be better than this, but he ain't been that playoff Jimmy that everybody calls him that we used to see in the last few years. And Draymond, he's dropping ineffective single triples. I thought they were supposed to be effective. I don't know what happened now.
Yeah, them triple singles, man. Yeah, bro. Like the Warriors, they letting me down, bro. They voted, bro. This is a weird series, bro. This had the potential to be a good series, but this not a good 7 game series to me, bro. Like, well, maybe the first couple, well, the first 3 games, honestly, well, not maybe even the first 4 games. Yeah, the first 4 games are good, but these last three, well, who knows? But well, if the Warriors win, even if the Warriors win, like, well, it still won't. It's still like you could have did this some games ago. Like I don't know what they plan. Are they really trying to sabotage the young dudes, bro? Is this the league? Is this the league attempt to sabotage? I don't know. Well, nah, because well the Warriors could lose, so I don't know. I just don't understand it. It didn't make sense to me. And the Warriors are not in a spot to be, especially they're not in a spot in their careers right now to give up playoff games. Like their next opponent is the Timberwolves, and you're gonna have the same issue you just had against even more. Well, not even more, but to an extent because they have more playoff experience together. It's basically the same team as last year outside of Cat. uh, More defensive, and they define positionless basketball. So, and they willing to shoot. They just shot the 40. They just shot 47 threes. So yeah, so they don't. They can't afford to do that.
And then the Clippers and Nuggets, and this definitely been the best series of the playoffs.
Hell
My
yeah.
For the Clippers, I got Ivica Zubac averaging 18 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 block a game. Like,
Yep.
he been really good in this series. Obviously, Kawhi he doing his thing. Of course, glad to see him healthy and playing. But Zubac, he been tearing things up with the Clippers down low in the paint.
I agree, man. I agree, man. Like this is the matchup. This is the this is the center, man. Who would have thought that Enrique Zubac would be the center to like really not to really like go head to head with Jokic, bro. Not Cat, not Embiid, because Embiid they've been ducking each other the past couple years. Uh, but Ivica Zubac, bro, in my opinion, the real most improved player. Shouts out to Dyson Daniels on the award win, but still in the playoffs. Uh, One of those games, he was the best player for sure. I think it was that game. Might have been that game we lost. It might have been game five. It might have been game five. I don't remember, but he was the best player on one of those games for sure. He held Jokic to 5 points in the second half of game six. That was a team effort, but well, it was a team effort. But he's the center guarding him, so I'll give him most props on that. Um, did he hold? I guess you could say. I guess can you say he held Jokic to the 13 in game five?
Yeah,
Can you
because
say that? Because they still won. I mean, yeah, I give him credit for that. I mean, they still won, but yeah, I give him credit for that. Yeah, he's he's having he's still maintaining his play. They're still active, and he's guarding the best player in the world. So I'm gonna go with. I agree. I gotta go with Ivica Zubac as well on the Clippers on my Clippers side.
then for the Nuggets, I didn't choose anybody from the starting lineup. I actually went Russell Westbrook. He was to miss 2 games in this series, but his bench production has been so crucial to the team. He's averaging 13.8 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 2.4 assists. And they've been struggling with bench production all year, and I think he's the only reason why this series has been close because of what he does coming off the bench. Like Jokic, he's been great, and and Zubac has done a good job guarding him. And but Jokic, at the end of the day, he's still going to be great. Jamal Murray, he's had his games, but Michael Porter Jr., that's a different story. It, like he just hasn't been effective. He's averaging 10 points in the series. Like he hasn't really done much of anything. So they needed somebody to be a spark, and that has been Russell Westbrook and what he's been able to do. With him already having playoff experience and being here before, like he's been great for Denver, and it sucks that he was hurt those 2 games. So shout out to Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, shouts out to Russ for real. Yeah, he was out those two games. Game five, him and Jamal Murray, him and Jamal Murray hooped. Uh, yeah, off the bench, his bench production, he could have had a case for a six man of the year that still persists in the playoffs. I personally went with, um, I'm going with Aaron Gordon. Um, of course, he had the game winner in game three. Uh, he's guarding. He's their most consistent. He's their best and most versatile defender. He's guarding James Harden. He's guarding Kawhi Leonard. He's guarding Norman Powell. He's guarding Zubac at times. Um, Took him to seven. Jokic. Not for nothing. Jokic ain't the best defender, but he's better than Luka Doncic. I'll say that. Jokic is better than Luka Doncic, and that's the difference between winning the championship and not winning a champion and getting eliminated in the first round. And not to go too crazy on Jokic defense, but yeah, I'm gonna go with It was yes, it was his. It was It was his game winner that got them home court advantage back after losing game two. It was his who won game four? Clippers. Who won game four?
Uh,
The Clippers, I believe.
yeah, the Clippers won game 4.
Yeah. It was his defense that held. It was his defense. He was the best. He's the best defender. He was the defense that got him to the game five win. So I'm gonna say, well, and also Jamal Murray scoring, but Jamal Murray ain't been that consistent this game. He's starting to heat up later in the series, but Aaron Gordon been all over this game, all over this series. So I'm going with Aaron Gordon.
And that's a good one. And I think he's playing with a calf injury too, or at least he was in the first few games. I know he was for sure.
Yep. But yeah, man, those are our standouts, bro. Wow. Well, thanks, Ray, man. Great. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, we really talking the game now, man. I've really been wanting to get this out for a minute, man. Like this been a good postseason so far, bro. For real.
Yeah, it has been. Um, I got some standouts for the NHL playoffs too. I don't know if you watch hockey or anything, but I'm finna get into that now.
No, I don't. But let's get into it.
It's for it's two 7 game series for the NHL playoffs too. It's one of them is the Jets and the Blues, and the Jets they had they won 12 more games than the Blues did in the regular season, but it's a 3-3 series right now. As far as the Jets go, I think their goalie Connor Hellebuck, he's one of the X factors because he had an MVP like season, but just this playoffs he's been giving up a lot of goals. So like he had over the last few years, he has one of the worst save percentages as far as goalies go, but he's been amazing in the regular season. So I don't know if that's him playing too much or what, but as far as standouts for the Jets, I go with Kyle Connor with 9 points and 15 saves so far throughout the series. For the for the Blues, I'll go with Colton Period, a +3 and 13 saves and 4 assists throughout the series. I think their game 7 is tomorrow, so I'm excited to see that.
Nice.
The Golden Knights they beat the Wild 4 games to 2. But for the Knights, I went with their backup goalie, Erica Schmitz, because he came in and had to play towards the end of the games, and he had one standout game where he played like 8. He played almost 20 minutes, had 9 save attempts, and had 9 saves, so his save percentage was at 100 that game. And that was a crucial win for them to, they had home ice in this series, and they were able to win it in 6. Then for the Wild, Marcus for for Wingo, he had 3 goals, a +4 and 10 saves throughout the series, and a 30 save percentage, which was the best for the Wild. And they weren't really able to get any help outside of that. For the Kings and Oilers series, the Oilers won that 4-2. For the Kings, I won Philip Denault with 8 points and 9 saves so far throughout the series. For the Oilers, even Connor McDavid, he's been solid. He always gonna do what he do. But I went with Leon Draisaitl for this with 10 points, a +6 and 18 saves so far through the series and them winning. The other 7 game series, that's the Stars and Avalanche, that's taking place tonight. For some reason, the Nuggets and the Avalanche game is 30 minutes apart. But well, actually, that makes sense though, because this game not even in Colorado. This game in Dallas. So, but
Okay.
because I seen fans complaining about that, then I had to think about it. Well, the Nuggets at home and the Avalanche on the road, so it don't even matter for real.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that'd be wild if. Yeah, I don't know how that would happen if it was. Yeah,
But
that'd be.
For the Stars, Thomas Harley, he had a 28.6 save percentage so far, which is the best on the team. And for the Avalanche, Nathan McKinnon has 10 points, a +5 and 33 saves through the series. The Maple Leafs beat the Senators in the Battle of Ontario 4-2. That was a fun series. The Senators they was down 3-0. They won 2 back-to-back games, but they couldn't pull it out in game 6. Austin Matthews for the Maple Leafs had 7 points and 21 saves throughout the series. Brady to Truck had 7 points and 22 saves for the Senators throughout the series, but that wasn't enough. The Panthers beat the Lightning 4 games to 1. Nikita Kucherov had 4 points and 7 saves for the Lightning, but they really didn't get much out of anything in that series. And then for the Panthers, Sergio Barsky he had one shutout game, had a 90 save percentage, only gave up 11 goals throughout the series, throughout 111 save attempts. So he had a really good series. For the Capitals, defeated the Canadiens 4 games to 1. Logan Thompson had a 92.3 save percentage, which might be the best of the playoffs so far. I had to fact check that. Said I may be biased because I'm a Blues fan, but if your goalie gets pulled in 3 games in one series, how do you expect to go far? That's a good point. The Jets might be the Jets probably pretenders because even if they win this series, if Connor Hellebuck can't perform how he played in the regular season, then it's unlikely for them to get far. They'll probably lose next round. For the Canadians, I went with Jacob Dubs. He was a backup goalie for the Canadians, but he actually came in and actually gave them, even though his save percentages was 2% lower, he did get them the one win they had in the series and had an 88.1 save percentage. Not the best, but he came in as the backup and got them a win. Then for the Hurricanes and Devils, both the Hurricanes two sets of goalies had a 92 save percentage combined, only gave up 11 goals out of 144 save attempts. And then for the Devils, Jesper Brett had 3 points and 20 saves. The Devils say it was obvious they was losing that series, but that's that for the standouts. That I do think the Jets to win Game 7 against the Blues, but it all comes down to what Connor Hellebuck can do. And then as far as the Avalanche and Stars series, I think the Stars, with them having home ice, I think that with them having the home whistle, I think they'll get it because it's definitely been some questionable calls in that series.
Okay, nice. You
And
been watching
then
those in the NBA playoffs at the same time?
yeah,
Wow, nice, cool. Nope.
yeah, I'll be having to finish some of them in the morning.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
nice.
but now we can get into athletes of the week to wrap it up.
Okay.
For the start with the NBA. For the NBA, I went with Kawhi. He had 24 points in that. Well, they went 1-2 in their last 3 games over the week. But Kawhi performed well in all of these games. Was all around good in all of them, and had dropped 27 points, 5 assists, and 10 rebounds to get them a win to tie the series 3-3. So shout out to Kawhi Leonard.
For the week, I'm going to go with for the week. I kind of think about the entire week. I'm gonna go with Fred Van Vliet, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Fred Van Vliet. Actually, it started in Game 4. His pickup. I mean, they lost that to like 3 or 5, I believe. Then he's just been getting better. He was the second leading scorer in Game 5. Then he was the leading scorer in Game 6. So yeah, he's almost single-handedly. Again, we said championship DNA. He's carrying them to winning this series and potentially advancing to the second round after going down 3-1.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Yeah.
For the NHL, I went with Leon Draisaitl. I talked about him earlier. For the Oilers, after going down 2-0, they won 4 straight games, and in the last 3, he had multiple goals and multiple. We had one goal, but he had multiple assists and multiple points, and he had 9 saves over those last 3 games for them to win the series and advance to the second round. for WWE, this was tough because it just felt like an average week of wrestling.
Yeah, it really
I
has, man.
I just went with I just went with Fraction. I mean, they tag team match last night was cool because I couldn't because I was looking at it. I'm like, a lot of these matches felt the same. Like it wasn't no notable match. At least not on WWE. It wasn't anything
And
noticeable
and
this week.
this is another pattern of Triple H's booking, bringing up the new toys. Pretty Deadly just got some momentum. They should have probably been on the WrestleMania card, and they lose to Fraxium. I mean, it's okay. I guess it's okay.
I think
Uh, yeah, go ahead.
they. I think they'll be fine because it was Fraction, but you couldn't have fed anybody else to them to help build them up.
Even those Garzas, they had a. I mean, they everybody doesn't have to win a debut, man. Like like we were like saw some guys just talking about this. Everybody doesn't have to win a debut match. Well, I guess you have to win your debut match, but as far as like on PLEs, you don't have to. If like, let's say if you're a Penta, Ray Phoenix, you don't have to win that match, bro. Like you, Rey Mysterio lost to Kurt Angle on his first pay per view appearance at SummerSlam '02. So I just think it's ah, it's tricky with that, man.
They could have really because they beat Los Garza last week. Yeah, they could have did like you could have had them interfere and make them lose, and you build the story off of that. Like put them in the instant tag team storyline
Right,
or something
because
like
now
that.
who do they have to face?
Like, you can't just have them running through the tag team division,
Right,
then boom, when they get a title
right,
shot and they lose. Like you gotta
right.
build,
You
you
killing
gotta have them
people's
build up some
momentum.
feuds and stuff.
Right.
Because that's what I think. I guess they kind of did it with Penta, with Chad Gable, getting him involved, trying to make him lose. Because they did do some stuff. I think did they even have a rematch?
No,
I
no,
don't know.
no. He lost Penta. No, 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 no. No, he lost that match. I know what you're talking about. It was that triple threat match, but he didn't get
Yeah,
pinned. Penta got pinned for the first time the night after WrestleMania. Clean. Well, it wasn't. It was low-key clean because Dominic's a heel. He got pinned by Dominic for the
he
first
got
time.
pinned. He got pinned by Finn too in the tag team match before that.
He did.
Yeah, because Braun Breaker speared him on accident because Dominic
Was it
had
a
pulled.
roll up or was it like a regular pin?
It was a regular pin. Dominic
Wow.
had pulled Finn out the way, then Finn and Braun Breaker he speared him, and then that's when Finn hit the coup de grace because he got into it with him backstage after that. So he done already took
Wow.
two pins, and then
Yeah.
and then he didn't look bad taking them. So it's like
Nah.
it's just you just have to build up the feuds properly, and it'll be
Hey,
fine.
come on, bro. And again, I like Ray Phoenix losing at WrestleMania too because that really wasn't even his fight. So
Yeah,
so every you don't have to win every match, bro. Like how you gonna be 50-50 and not how you gonna be 50-50 but everybody wanna be looking strong? You can't like it's either you gonna have to lose, like you're gonna have to lose sometime. Like, come on, man.
and Carmelo Hayes has to beat Aleister Black next week. They already teased it, but
Yes,
Carmelo
I agree
Hayes
with
has to
that
win
too. I If he lose, he's done. Like, I don't get it. Like,
because you
I
had
saw somebody make the I saw somebody make the excuse. I said at this point in Kai's short earlier about how he was bringing up Aleister Black and Carmelo, and I brought up the fact that Rey Mysterio lost his first pay per view match. Uh, but somebody said I get what he was saying, but I don't agree with it. He was saying like how Aleister Black can't really. It would make sense for Aleister Black to lose to Carmelo Hayes because Aleister Black is he's more over than Carmelo right now. Like, no, he not.
he isn't.
Like,
He
he's
isn't. And the
not.
thing is, I said I knew that Aleister Black was winning when he came back because of the video packages and that whole, oh, we didn't expect this. Yes, we did. You showed us a vignette for like 8 straight weeks of him coming back, but we're supposed to be surprised. So, so
Right.
him and the Miz first match back, that's cool because the Miz he's a vet, he can do the job. But if you're gonna play into the story of Miz and Carmelo being a tag team, and I don't even think Carmelo got to get help to
Right.
win the match, but they gonna build him up super strong for no reason, and all he's gonna be is a U.S. champion at best.
Wait, nah, well,
Because they
I'm
might
gonna,
have Miz interfere.
I'm gonna, yeah, I'm gonna talk about the Miz and Melo tag team. So are they? So it looked like they going into the Aleister Black thing instead of the Miz and Melo going for the tag titles. Which I guess they're going there with the Fraxium thing now. But with Aleister Black, Aleister Black don't have anything. Aleister Black don't have anything for Melo to win. Like Aleister Black, in my opinion, they already starting Aleister Black off wrong, bro. In my opinion, Aleister Black, this is a given right here. Rusev probably should have went to SmackDown and did something, cause he ain't even had a match yet. He been there for 3 weeks now. He ain't even had a match yet. He should have been on SmackDown. They got him. They got Aleister Black in a meaningless match, and meaningless matches, and Rusev not
I
even
think
in matches.
I think Rusev got a match.
But
He got a match against Otis this Monday.
okay, that's cool. But my point was, Aleister Black can be doing something better, and it's right here. It's like literally right here. Wow, and it make even more sense. This is a placeholder. You have a return. You can build something that's already been established. You can rebuild something that's already been established in WWE. Seth Rollins just returned heel. Won't his first feud in this faction be Aleister Black on Raw? Like, what is Melo facing Aleister Black for? They're in the same spot. What are they fighting for? Who's the better mid Carter? Like, and then we having this nothing tag team match potentially between Fraxium and the Street Profits, which the Street Profits should win. When you could have had Melo and Miz, and it looked like they could have did something with it. We just saw the Miz win the tag titles with R-Truth, and that could have been like a you're saying that Melo is upper mid card at best, but there's nothing wrong with that. MVP was upper mid card. He was U.S. champion. He was in world title matches. He was in Money in the Bank's elimination chambers. But with the Melo and Miz tag team, they could have did something like MVP and Matt Hardy, and they could have potentially broke up. And that could be a way calling up Trick Williams. Trick Williams can be the catalyst of the Miz and Melo breaking up.
Yeah, he. But I don't know what they're doing with that. I got a whole different theory for what they gonna do with Trick Williams now. I don't know if they're gonna do this because I don't know how well because I know WWE and TNA got the partnership. But if I was them, if you want to make Trick a mega heel, I would have him beat Joe Henry for the TNA title.
Who else got the heat to? I don't even know if nobody know Big Hill and
I don't
TNA.
think nobody else has the heat like Trick Williams does in TNA. So I would have Trick beat him to and become the TNA World Champion. And he could run things on NXT and TNA. Like
I
he just
haven't
won't stay
heard.
company and won a title. Like think about that.
I haven't heard. Well, I haven't really been. I have. Well, I may be. Well, where do you? Where can you watch TNA first? Because I haven't watched
I
it
got
on.
the TNA Plus up.
You could. Oh, you could watch it on the app.
Yeah,
Okay. Uh, but my point was. Damn, what was my point? My point was that TNA with Trick Williams. I heard you probably know more than me. I heard they've been teasing for a while, like WWE superstars challenging for it, and they just never challenge for it, or winning it, or just never like they keep doing this. WWE guys come in and attack somebody and not challenge them for the championship. And the first time we actually saw somebody challenge them for it was Ethan Page. Like, is that the case or something like that? They should just pull the trigger and just have a WWE superstar win it. Like, have you seen that?
I'm trying to see because I know because I'm trying to think because before the partnership was established, they did do a match with what's his name, Ethan Page when he was champion, and
Yeah.
Joe Hendry came to NXT to challenge him, and Ethan Page retained. So that's why they just ran it back recently and had Joe retain. But I'm trying to see.
I think, but they
Yeah,
want a partnership. They want a partnership, but they don't want each other talent to beat each other, bro. That's the real partnership,
yeah.
man.
The problem is anytime they follow through with the matches, but it's always if it's for the world championship or the tag team titles, whoever's defending it, like if it's an NXT person, they're gonna retain a championship. Like on and not to make a comparison, but AEW and New Japan, they do a good job with it. Like having the championships go between both brands. Like you would see a AEW star with a New Japan belt, and then they'll drop it in a few months. Like you can do something. Like I don't know why WWE don't want to do it, but they
Cause
need
it's not a real partnership. It's a monopoly, bro.
because
It's not a real partnership.
if it's a real if they really want to make the most out of this partnership, I would have Trick win the championship, and he could drop it back to Joe in a few months. But I would have him win because he gonna get the heel. He already getting it with the TNA crowd.
Imagine, and then, and then, once he comes up to the main roster, and later, not immediately, and later, eventually turns heel. I mean, turns face. That could be a part of his story. He's the first superstar, WWE superstar, to be a TNA World Champion, black superstar to do that.
Yeah,
Imagine Trick Williams' story. He the first black WWE superstar, first WWE superstar in general to win another promotion world championship as an active wrestler and be WWE champion. Not simultaneously, but doing that as well.
exactly. This
Like
this coming from
that's how
Alex.
you build up. This is how you build up stars, bruh.
Like, they need to start letting championships change hands between both companies, so it's not actually a partnership. If they
Right?
don't do it, if they don't do it with this feud, then I don't think it ever happened because it's a perfect chance to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But this coming from Alex is hilarious. Said Braun Strowman released for the 4,000th time. Nah,
Uh, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's pretty funny. Braun Strowman, I mean, he did all he could do, man. He did all he could do. He had a good run. He had a good run, bro. Braun Strowman had a good run. Triple H hate big man, so I mean, I ain't necessarily not see this coming. I mean, it ain't really much you could do with him no more unless they made a whole gimmick shift, but I don't even trust that again. Triple H hate big men, so they got their monsters now in 6 foot pudgy Jacob Fatu. Not to go ahead on Jacob Fatu on this show.
then
But
once Brunson Reed healthy, they definitely got a spot for him. I think he's
but
gonna
they
be
don't
in the
have
big.
tall monsters. They have short monsters. Why don't Triple H like tall monsters? Like I don't but yeah, I don't understand that. But I think Triple H just want to look bigger than everybody, I guess. But
WWE wants to treat TNA like Taco Bell treats Doritos.
that's hell funny. Facts. An accessory. Oh God, we got Doritos tacos. You want that? That's pretty funny. But yeah, Braun Strowman. I mean, he's had a good career. I mean, I'm pretty sure he got other ways to create money if he don't want to, or he has opportunities. I know that for sure. If he don't want to wrestle no more, because Braun Strowman is like really WWE homegrown. And I don't see him going to the end. He may be done.
I could I could see him in TNA for a little bit.
Yeah. For the most part, I don't. Jakara, she might be done. Jakara might be done wrestling. But everybody else, they still wrestling for sure. But the other people I see is done maybe is Braun Strowman and Jakara. It may be Cora Jade because she young. Maybe.
Cora, Cora J definitely cooked. Because it's not just the fact that she injury prone, but she's still green in the ring. Like she's been in NXT, what, 2 years now? She's like they had no plan of calling her up. But Jakar Jackson, her splitting up the Meta Girls, one of your
That
few
was
actual tag
that was
teams.
shocking. That's bro. Now I'm not blaming Triple H for firing them. I'm blaming how it was done. Like Vince McMahon did not fire people like that. You didn't see somebody on TV one week and they were gone. If they did, that's because they ass got fired. They didn't get released. Type shit. Like Vince McMahon didn't have somebody in the program one week, then the next week they were released. He
Yeah, I
literally
will.
just broke them up for no reason. Then we find out she released. Even more distastefully, the shit with Blair Davenport, bro. I think her ass was on TV on SmackDown, and the next day she was fired. Well, of course, SmackDown don't be live all the time, but the next day, quote unquote, she was fired.
I think I'm gonna say this about Triple H. He's not he's not the one cutting people, but he's the reason for people getting
You can
released.
write people off TV.
Now this
Why are they still on TV?
this one I was saying Triple H. He's not the one that's releasing the people, but he's part of the reason why they're getting released. Because and I've said this about the women's division countless times. If you can't even build proper women's stories. So why are you trying to sell me on Mariah May, who is just AEW Tiffany Stratton? You can't build women's stories properly. You get rid of Caden Carter and Katana Chance for whatever reason. I mean, you're not using them. You're not even giving them a chance to get over.
Yeah,
You could have been put the titles on the Meta Girls, and you choose not to, and you make Liv and Raquel 4-time champions. Now Liv is filming a movie, so
the
you telling
Meta
me she's not
Girls,
going to be on
yeah.
TV? So I really don't like this. They need to hire Gail Kim to help this women's division. That's the only thing that can fix it.
Something. Yeah, Triple H. We gotta. Oh, this might become a topic. We gotta start talking about the women's division under Triple H and under Vince McMahon because that's a real topic. That's a real topic because these women get disposed of like second class citizens and Triple H. Triple H shit, they don't get proper. They don't got characters or nothing. They in and out. They like a revolving door. Now I'm not gonna go too hard because some of these people gotta go.
Yeah,
Cora
I'm not.
Jade, Cora Jade, her that was kind of shocking because she was these two. The only two that was really shocking to me was Jakara and Cora Jade because they were still on TV. Like,
Ain't like how
uh,
they did at Stand and Deliver on the pre-show. It was a fatal four-way tag team match with and Roxanne and Cora Jade was a part of it, and Roxanne just left her for whatever reason. They didn't even follow up with the story, and then she gets released 2 weeks later. Like, just don't put her on the card if that's the case.
right, and
Like,
then that even makes my point even more. Like, how did she disband from Cora that quick? And I show like I know she's officially Roxanne's officially on Raw, but what happened between her and Cora? Like, she got a new ally. Like, it don't even be making sense.
they
That's
never
where
actually.
shit gets
It's never
shit
been a.
like that on television. This what I'm saying. This what I'm saying. Shit like that on television. When you do stuff like that, you leave unmended fences per se on television, and then somebody getting fired in real life. That's when shit get messy. Oh God, saying that's just a reflection on Triple H's lack of creativity and writing ability.
And then on
Because
NXT, they just had a segment with Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley. They was talking to Carmen Petrovic backstage about how they was disappointed that they lost. Then she's released at the end of the week.
now Gigi, I'm surprised and I'm not surprised with Gigi. I'm surprised because of that. Because again, she's still on TV, but I'm kind of not surprised. I'm kind of not surprised, and because I'm kind of surprised because JC Jane's still there, but I'm not surprised because she's pretty much cooked where Mandy Rose left. So her since, and they didn't really do the rivalry between her and JC Jane that good anyway. I think she
Yeah,
get hurt before that or in the midst of that. So yeah, she was pretty much cooked once the NXT titles was gone and Mandy Rose left.
yeah. But I'm still looking at this list now. I have no clue who Riley Osborne is. I'm gonna be honest.
He was Riley Osborne. He's part of Chase University.
Oh, okay. I do. Chase, you ain't been a thing in a minute. Like I really.
Yeah,
Okay,
he
okay.
got
I
money
remember him
out there.
now.
He went
But
out there.
but
Yeah, a lot of
he
people
wasn't on TV
overdoing
though.
it, but I'm not necessarily upset at the releases. I'm just upset how it was done. And well, nah, not Riley Osborne, but the people that were still on TV, and the fact that Triple H he don't know what he's doing in the women's division. Triple H women's division is trash. Triple H women's division is trash. But guess what? Guess what though? I think, and this goes to something else. Who they didn't fire? They didn't fire Nikita Lyons, and she's injury prone. But she got a look. She got a look. Now I will say, Cora Jade, while she is young, she is also injury prone. She don't got a look. She kind of vanilla looking for her. Not no offense, no chauvinistic shit going on at all. She kind of vanilla looking for a women's wrestler. And I think Shawn Michaels going for looks. He's going for thickness and looks. I think that's what Shawn Michaels going for. But to say that, I think, bro, and this I ain't trying to digress too much because this is definitely gonna go into the conversation if we don't rile it in. I think The Rock is preparing to get both of them out of there. Not both. Well, not really Shawn Michaels, but I'm sure he's gonna get Shawn Michaels out of there on the back end. He really trying to get both of them out of there. Really, Triple H, he gonna take over all that in his vision, bro. Because NXT and Rock's vision might be crazy, bro. Like, imagine NXT in the vision of The Rock. Think about that. Because they ain't fired Nikita Lyons. I'm pretty sure CW got a stake in that. CW got a stake in who who they want on their TV or who they still want on NXT as well and stuff. I'm sure these TV companies got a say in that as well. What you think?
Oh no. I mean, everything
I
you
don't
said.
know. I don't know. That's just me.
Everything you said sound right, and I'm just. But it's like you feature these people on TV, and it's like I seen Carmen Petrick lose back-to-back weeks in under 5 minutes, and she's not bad, but it's like you're not gonna do nothing with her. Why are you like they don't have plans to do anything with her? So it's like, and then Apollo Crews either one or two things. Apollo Crews has dirt on somebody, or he's having sex with one of the top bosses at TKO, because there's no way he still has a job.
Bro, I remember, the last interesting thing that I remember, this is something I remember. I wasn't even watching at this time, but I remember seeing it. I'm like, damn, this might be interesting. This hella different. Remember they teased a little short time they teased Apollo Crews straight in the bloodline, bro.
Yeah.
I don't, I don't even think, man. Like that was like I don't know. They didn't even acknowledge it because I don't even know. They know they booked themselves. I think for that little small decision, they booked themselves in the corner. I don't even know how they would have put Apollo Crews in the bloodline, but that would it could have been something different, bro. Like he could have been a security guard. Like, damn, you ain't a part of the bloodline, but you could be our security guard. That would have been that would have been cool. Like, that would have been cool, bro. Like, but I don't know why. I don't know why he's still there, man, either, bro. I don't
Like
know
what
why he's still there. Like,
what value does
because
he
the
add?
Rockets, for real. Yeah, Apollo Crews really had probably one of the middest WWE careers, bro. Even his NXT, debut, who did he face? Barrett Corbin? That shit was mid, bro. Oh God, I remember his debut. Oh God, I remember his debut. Hell nah. That's crazy. He's been around for a minute. Damn, he's been around for a minute and done nothing.
Got
For
the
real.
got the greatest job security of all time.
Oh God. He's been around for a minute. Yeah. But yeah, man.
Wait, what'd you say? I can't hear you. Well, I still can hear what you're saying.
Can you hear me now? Sorry about that.
Yeah,
Can you hear me now?
yeah.
I was saying, like, yeah, it's been a great week of the playoffs, of course. And as far as WWE, man, this backlash show, I'm definitely gonna go. I'm definitely going. Uh Matches. I'm just going. I want to see the. I really want to see the John Cena match. Really. I mean, this backlash, I ain't really too hyped for it. I mean, WrestleMania really. I don't think Cody Rhodes gonna be there. No Roman Reigns, but the Fatal 4-Way U.S. title match. I hate these. I'm nowadays. I'm really starting to hate multi-man matches because it's really becoming an excuse for a lack of writing. But it's gonna be a good match, I guess. What else is at Backlash? Don't they got a Fatal 4-Way for the women's match title?
Uh-uh. It's not a
Oh
women's. It's not a women's match. No, Lyra and Becky have a match, and then next week on SmackDown it's
no, but
Jade.
what about no? What about
They doing Jade versus Nia
so
Jax,
they
and that's the number one contenders match.
they probably
Which I'm
now it
confused.
would be the thing with this, bro. They could pivot right now, and they won't do it. They won't do it. They could Tiffany Stratton Reign not working. They could literally pivot right now and put the belt on Jade and make the Naomi and Jade rivalry a world title rivalry. You can insert Tiffany and Jay in that on the back end, but that's a chance to pivot, and I bet you Triple H won't do it. Next week they're gonna have Naomi interfere and cost Jade, and they're gonna rewind on something that should have been finished months ago.
What I'm confused about though is how Naomi isn't in the match when she's been in the like how why is she doing this if you still gonna continue the story with her and Jade and just not have her in the number one contenders match? Because everything she said was
But
true.
she lost. She lost to Jade.
No, but everything she said in her promo though last night was true. Because she almost beat Nia Jax twice until Tiffany Stratton interfered.
Oh, true.
That's
Oh,
what
that's
I'm
a
thinking
good
about.
point. They could have made it a triple threat match,
Like
right?
could have
In
been a
that
triple
case,
threat number one contenders match, and if Jade pins Nia Jax, Jade beats Tiffany, then you have Naomi in line for a title shot. You could easily do
right?
that. Like
Oh,
that's when you should do a multi-person match. But you
right.
an opportunity. It should it should have been Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre straight up in my opinion. Like LA,
Nah, but that's heel versus heel though.
but I feel like
That's
they
heel versus heel though.
but Drew Mac. So are they just gonna forget about the Drew McIntyre Bloodline Hunter thing? Because I feel like that could have worked. Because he was supposed to.
Yeah,
Because he Solo is the one that cost him the titles, so I feel like they could have made it work. Or he could have did him and nah, but
true.
Priest lost at WrestleMania, so he don't.
Priest lost. Like why?
That's why I said he should have been
And
Drew.
why is this going?
LA Knight.
This going. Why is LA Knight still in the U.S. title picture?
I
Why he
don't get
can't
that.
move up, bro?
I feel like he's outgrown
Why?
that at this point. That's why I said.
Why he can't move up, bro?
That's why I
What you
said
want this dude to be? I guess Triple H. I guess Triple H want LA Knight to pay his dues in the mid card before he can graduate to the main event, bro.
he's
He
gonna be
got to
the
win at least 3 U.S. titles.
he's gonna be the first ever 10-time United States champion. Never
Oh
leaving the
God,
division.
he the U.S. LA Knight is the U.S. title version of Chris Jericho. He gonna have 10 U.S. title reigns before his WWE career over.
Be known as Mr. USA. All the titles he getting. But now
Facts.
I think Drew would have been. even though it's heel versus heel, I think with the story, even though it's not him versus Solo, if you damn, what they gonna do with Solo? Because he better not be the one to. Well, if he the one to the
But
throne fight,
Solo fell off, bro. I still like Solo. I personally still like Solo, but he fell off, man.
yeah. But they should have.
He
It
fell
should have
off,
been a one
man.
on one match straight up. Like just do Drew and fight two for the title. Like you would really want to build up Jacob fight two, have him beat Drew, and Drew would be fine.
Yeah, but
I'm trying. What's the
yeah,
other
man.
backlash? That's got Cena Orton, got the Fatal Four Way, got Lyra and Becky. There's only three matches.
I,
You got Gunther
I
and
think
Pat
it's
McAfee. Oh my goodness, that's so. That match is so stupid to me.
like, how's that a backlash match? Why don't Gunther want to get his title back?
I,
But we at this point, I don't even want to see that match no more. Facts, right?
the thing is,
They didn't beat the match into the ground, and the rivalry was so underwhelming. I don't even want to see no. I don't even want to see a rematch with that. Like,
I feel like
Gunther is trash, man. Gunther is trash. I'm
I feel,
sorry. This is my
nah, I had.
bad.
I think I made a short about it, but I feel like Gunther would. I feel like if he can, he do cut solid promos from time to time, and we know he can wrestle. But after that IC title reign and the NXT UK title reign he had, I feel like his gimmick could have been I'm chasing championships. If it's not for a championship, I don't care about it. Like, why should he care about what commentary has to say? Are they super biased? Yes, but why should he really care? I feel like he should have took like 2 or 3 months off, came back, him and Ludwig Kaiser, they go on a run and they go after the tag team championships. Because are we just gonna forget that Imperium is a thing? Are we just gonna forget about that? So that's what they should have did, in my opinion. Have him and Ludwig Kaiser go after the tag titles and hold those for a little minute. Because we know he's gonna put on quality matches.
Yeah, man. I mean, overall, I mean, I'm excited that I could. This is my first WWE pay per view I'm going to. I've been to a couple of Raws. Well, I've been to a Raw and a couple SmackDowns, but this is gonna be my first PLE backlash. It's gonna be uh, one of my. Also, another time I get to witness John Cena. I get to see John Cena work live and see him heal live in St. Louis. I get to see Randy Orton versus John Cena live, childhood rivalry. I mean, for those reasons, I'm excited, but it ain't really nothing WWE is producing that's exciting me. I would
I think
say.
the Becky
I
and I
mean,
think the Becky and Lyra thing would be fun.
yeah, 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 yeah. I agree. Yeah, but we need. I like the promo, but I like the promo Monday night. But we need more than I want to be a. I'm aiming to be a better person, but I'm already a better wrestler. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Maybe we get something
come
else
on.
this upcoming Monday. Hopefully we get
Can we
something
get
else.
something else? Like, please, bro. Like, I like the promo. The promo started off a little rocky, but that fucked it up for me, bro. She could have said something else. But Becky was finna go off after she said that, like, in kayfabe. How she the better wrestler, bro? Like, we gotta stop that.
I mean,
Yeah.
she did beat her for the NXT title, so
Who, Becky? Or Lyra? Oh,
Lyra
yeah,
beat
Lyra
Becky for the
did.
NXT
Oh,
title.
yeah, Lyra did. But, like, Lyra did, but she not better. Like,
Yeah, she
for
not, but
real, she not.
it was
Yeah, that's a cop out though. She didn't even say I beat you for the. You should have said I beat you for the NXT title, and you skirted my come up or some shit. Get specific, bro.
WWE do.
Like, I'm tired of that. I want your belt. I'm the better wrestler. Shit, bro. That shit weak.
I do
You
think,
got reasons too. You have reasons.
yeah, I do think Becky needs to win though to add some prestige to the mid card titles because they not.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
like Lyra, but they
Yeah,
not.
and ultimately, this might go. This might go into SummerSlam. This might go into SummerSlam, or this might even maneuver. And Lyra might win Money in the Bank or something. So,
It
or
should.
or if they don't have, or it might even go to Evolution or something. Which We already spoke on that. What I think about evolutions.
Now, I'm mad. Apparently they're taking King and Queen of the Ring away this year to do Evolution, and I don't like that. Like, you had a few things you could have did with King and Queen of the Ring, because now it's gonna be other people that don't get opportunities because of that. We didn't. You can't even build women's stories properly. Then you want to do another all women pay per view?
Yeah, it's pretty wild, man. But yeah, it's pretty wild.
But
Well, time will tell. Time will tell if that is good, and time will tell if backlash is good.
yep. Well, that's it for this. That'll wrap this up. This was some good talks about some wrestling, basketball, hockey, and things of that nature.
Hell yeah, man.
Make sure y'all leave a like on the video, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to Rage Man Red, and if you're watching the playback, leave a comment on the video. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.